What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite new oscillators. This is the Bastl Pizza. The Pizza is an 8 HP complex oscillator. It's a digital module with a ton of features packed into it. It's got its own VCA built in, its own envelope built in. It's capable of some really gnarly through zero FM sounds, as well as just some really great classic plucky bass sounds, which is what I'm using it for. And yeah, this is one of my favorite things. I just wanted to show it off. This is not a video manual. This is just a quick little dive into how I've been using it. We're going to make like a housey bass line. We're going to make a techno hypnotic kind of bleepy bloop thing. And we are going to show just how performative this thing is while we're at it, because for such a small module, it is super hands-on, and it's really easy to get from one place to the next with just just like either one fader or a couple knobs. Just to talk about a one-hand module, I love this thing. So yeah, let's just dive into it. All right, so as you can see, I've got my Bastl Pizza here buried amongst all these cables, but I do have the knobs exposed. I didn't want to pull it out of here or repatch because I wanted to show you how I'm using it as a part of this patch. So what is the Pizza? It is basically an 8 HP oscillator. It is a complex oscillator, so there are two oscillators. One modulates the other via FM. It is through zero FM, so you can get some really nice in-tune FM sounds, similar to having two legions. One legion is 8 HP. It is analog. The Pizza is a digital oscillator. The legion's analog is what I'm trying to say. But basically, if you can see here, I've got two 8 HP legions running through a carbon filter and then a javelin envelope right now. I'm not using the second one for this voice. If we take out this envelope, this is what the Pizza packs into 8 HP. It's two oscillators and an envelope, all in 8 HP. You can have it set to where it's just a free running oscillator. So what you do is you hold this button here, and then these buttons flash, and you can have it set to be either just a free running oscillator or an oscillator with a VCA that you can control with an external envelope, or you can have it have its own internal envelope, which is how I have it set up right now. You use the control knob for that envelope. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Like I said, this isn't going to be an in-depth video manual or anything. This is just how I use it, just to show you how much I love this thing and how performative it really is. So if I bring up its channel right here, you can hear I've got a sequence running. And we've already got a really nice sound. So that envelope controlled by the control is also normal to this mod index. So you can get some cool sounds there. And then you can change the mod index here. And this is like your offset. And then this is like your CV amount, right? So if you had a CV going into this, this is, you would control the amount there, but we're just controlling this envelope with it. And one of the cool things about this envelope is basically you go on the right-hand side of center, you've got a super fast attack, and then you're just slowing down to the decay. But if we go to this other side, we've got a slow attack and a little bit of a faster decay, but you've got more of a wompy kind of sound just on this one side. So talk about breakdowns, right? Right, we can just go through here, maybe add some reverb, get wompy, go back to plucky. So love that feature for breakdowns. The FM index with the fader is super playable, so it's fun to just play it to a beat, right? So just a lot of fun to mess around with. And again, 8 HP. I mean, I think that's the biggest selling point, is I'm using this thing for so much sound out of 8 HP. You know, like I said, it's kind of this whole voice here. So you can change the modulation octaves here, the modulation oscillator's octaves, to get different timbres. super slow, right? Same octave. That's one octave. And then this is 2 octaves up. I really like 1 octave and 2 octaves up. We're just going to leave it on 1 right now. And then another super classic complex oscillator thing is the wave shaper on the end, right? So you can CV that. I'm just going to run step CV from Volterra into it. Now we've got some cool rhythmic modulation. So that's a nice little feature there. Good sounds. And then up here, you have a knob for tuning, right? And so if you have it in D-tune, you can do like basically, your fine tunes here. If you hold it, you can do semitones there, so you can just like really dial in the note that you need, those kind of deals. But what I like is to leave it an octave, and most of the times these knobs like become useless, right? Like we even have them tuned out on Legion, because for us the octaves on Legion or on these modules, you have the buttons here to go up an octave, but they just repurpose this knob. Which is super handy because there isn't enough space on this panel for octave buttons. And sometimes it's nice to like use that as a breakdown. Or, just like if you want to use it as a lead or something like that in your performance, this knob, being able to use that as an octave switch is pretty clever of them. So then the last thing I do is I do this a lot with my house music. I explained this in one of my Ableton videos, but I'm going to explain it again real quick. What we're listening to right now is this main output, and this is the modulated output. But they also have a pulse output here. And so this is a unmodulated waveform. It's just a pulse out. So if I take out the main here, I've got this pulse running into its own input. And then on Bitwig, I have it filtered out at like 200 hertz. So if I go look at it, I can go tell you how many hertz it's at. It is filtered at, oh man, yeah, like 160, 150. And so then I have this knob just on the launch pad on its fader here, and then I have that side chained. So if we mute the kick here, and then if we really wanted to, we could take this filter off. That's the raw signal, right? But I'm just filtering it out. And then I got this sidechain going with the kick, right? So then that is an option that I can add to this rhythmic thing. So if we add other stuff, where are we at? Oh yeah, I gotta close this. So if I take off that sound here, nice rhythmic and stacky, right? Bring it in. It's just a little bit of sub underneath everything, just to keep it moving. And then like I was talking about with this FM index on the fader, super fun just to mess it up. Okay, so that's how I've been using it. That's the Bastl Pizza on house music. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to switch my assimilator to a more techno sound. We're just going to take our clock from 126. We're going to put it at like 143. We're going to lengthen our kick. I guess I already had that pretty long. Right, we're going to go into a techno zone. Right, now let's clear out our bass line. I mean, even that sounds pretty good, right? Right, we could do something like this if we wanted to, like, and then take it down to like was trying to show, but that's pretty cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 8 steps, 8-step pattern on both the gate and the pitch information. And then on the pitch information, we're gonna turn this to an unquantized 0.5 to 5 volt signal. There we go, that's all I wanted. And then we're gonna add this second kick. This is something I've been doing a lot. I'm gonna show a video on this later, but we can just do it. So my main kick is the sample of the sample in the Rossum assimilator. My second kick is this crater. So check this out, like rolling, like, what do we do, like, there we go. And then add this. There we go. So yeah, take out that little subby thing since it's so fast now. Now check this out. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna copy this over here, and then instead of doing the super rhythmic thing, I guess we'll go back to 16 steps here, and then we'll do a nice long gate across all 16 steps. Even though this doesn't like sustain to the gate, it just makes more sense in my brain to have it that way. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do like a note somewhere down, you know, this is like negative 0.8 volts, so this is near an octave down around C, a little bit higher than that, obviously. And then we're just gonna use this as a breakdown. So we're gonna go into it, 1, 2, let go here. Oh yeah, I messed up the pitch here. We wanted to do just a note like that. Maybe that a little bit higher. There we go. And then we just like add up like, and then go back in. So obviously not the best iteration. Let's try it again. 1, 2, here we go. So then we add some like more techno-y kind of sounds on top, which I think I have over here. Oh man, with that little sub like galloping kick. Let's add in that modulation to the shape control again, see what that sounds like. Excuse me, cables. All right, so that's it. That is the Bastl Pizza, how I've been using it. As you can tell, I've been using the exact same system to make my more deep house house grooves and like for my housey sets as I have been using for my more like hard, fast techno sets that I've been doing with Travarsi. Using the same exact rig for both of those sounds, and the Bastl the Bastl Pizza is a huge part of that. So yeah, that's the module. That's the video. I hope you dug it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we will see y'all next time. Peace.